That make you a millionaire for no reason. Ain't gonna last long anyhow. The prices, being a millionaire don't even mean that no more. Like, have you ever thought about that? Like right now, if somebody offered you $1 million, it would feel like they're offering you 100,000. How many times have you heard the word trillion in the last 3 years? So the word
reparations.
Billion, yeah, we've heard the word
reparations come up. We say trillion.
The last 10 years, we've heard the number trillion come up so much that $1 million don't seem like a lot no more. Now look at this. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. You didn't see this, did you?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Newly surfaced photo from 1957 shows 14-year-old Cowboys owner Jerry Jones among white teens blocking black students from entering their Arkansas high school. But he says he was only there out of curiosity.
Yeah, he wasn't there, to block the black people from entering the school.
You know what's funny?
He was there just in case his friends got out of hand and he would have to restrain them.
Or you want to restrain and not help them?
Because he knew in the future he would be an owner. He would own those black boys.
He was looking at his early property.
Yeah, they were his property. Why would he harm them?
What the hell does that sound?
You got a commercial playing somewhere.
Oh. Well, they have like 8 on each website. A newly surfaced photo, you already read that. 14-year-old Jerry Jones appears in recently unearthed photograph from 1957 that shows a group of white students in Arkansas North Little Rock High blocking 6 African-American teenagers from entering and integrating the school. Jones, now known as the Dallas Cowboys owner, has acknowledged that it is him in the photograph, which was discovered by the Washington Post. The 80-year-old billionaire said he looked like a little burrhead in the photo, which was taken amid a wave of civil rights clashes in Little Rock area. More famously, President Dwight D. Eisenhower dispatched federal troops to Little Rock Central High in September of 1957 to escort black students to class as they were harassed and spit on by racist, vitriolic protesters. Let me ask you a question. As a parent, why would you put your kids through that level of stress?
Because in their mind, they felt like them being in an integrated school would give them success.
Like, what person sends their kid to a school where they're getting spit on? Like think about it for a second. You're like the amount of psychological pressure you're putting on your kid because of something you believe. The kid probably don't give a damn. Like, there was a recent thing that happened where some princess or some high-ranking woman, when she went to a school with little kids, she didn't touch the little black girl. She picked her arm up through her arm sleeve. She didn't touch her hand. And I said, why do you want these people to touch your kids? Why do you want these people to touch your kids, be around your kids?
Yeah, they were outraged at Elmo.
Yeah. Why do I want this little stuff? Who knows who's in that damn suit? Why do I want them to come up and hug my little kid?
Who knows what they've been doing with their hands?
The suit on. What they been doing with
We know that white people go to the bathroom, piss and shit, and don't wash their hands.
I won't say just white people. There's some nasty people. Nasty people do that.
In my encounters, just about every time.
It's not about it. The point is, that's just nasty people. But why do you want them to touch and be around your kids so much? And that's more on the parents. And now your kids grew up with these low esteem, and you trying to blame society for no. You help with that, putting them in a situation where their esteem could be attacked. But anyway,
are you shitting on black parents?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the parents who sent their kids to these schools to be spit on. Like, yeah, I'm kind of looking at you kind of crazy. As Jones explained in the Post, his football coach, Jim Albright, had warned players to avoid a widely anticipated scene in the first day of class in North Little Rock High. Jones disobeyed, but said he did so out of curiosity and not any racist animosity. I don't know that I or anybody anticipated or had a background of knowing what was involved, he said. It was more of a curious thing.
He's not even in the front row, so.
Like, come on, bro. Is that a high schooler with a cigarette in his mouth?
Yeah, they were smoking cigarettes back then.
Oh, is that a middle? Like, damn, he's 14, so yeah. He got a cigarette in his mouth. Different times, man. So now people pointing out how Jerry Jones, he never had a black head coach of his team and all this other stuff. And I'm just asking, are you really surprised that a man over the age of 70 has these type of things that he went through when he was a kid? Like, what the hell? Why are we surprised when we find out somebody racist? or at least was in a situation where this was in this type of environment.
What did Stephen A. Smith say?
Damn, Trav, you just
What?
okay. Stephen A. Smith defends Jerry Jones' segregation photo. Now, Stephen A. Smith came out and said that it's unfair what they're doing to Jerry Jones. Stephen A. Smith is a staunch hater of the Dallas Cowboys. However, he does like Jerry Jones. Smith believes the Cowboys owners are good for the sport, and that overall he is an owner who cares about his team. Having said that, Jones is not immune to controversy. So they showed the picture there. We just read it. Stephen A. Smith said, let me just play what he said.
I'm pretty pissed off. And let me say this. I'm pissed off, but not for reasons that people would think. I'm very, very fond of Jerry Jones, and I'm not hiding that from anybody. Is his record perfect? No. But I'm pissed off because he doesn't deserve what just happened.
What up, D. James? What up, bruh?
He doesn't deserve it. One report, our report, said he was 14 years old. Yeah. Another report said he was 15 years old. At minimum, that's 65 years ago. You're going to bring up a picture of Jerry Jones standing at this protest.
What if that was a Nazi? What if there was a white person standing at something that had to do with the Jews and the Holocaust? Would Stephen A. Smith say the same thing?
He wouldn't have a chance to say the same thing.
Would he say this?
He wouldn't
be able to say this.
He wouldn't be able to say it.
He would have to condemn them.
If Jerry Jones was at a rally where they were trying to stop Jewish kids from going into a school or something like that, he wouldn't even have a chance to say this. Immediately, the ADL and all them would come out and say they would need Jerry Jones to denounce anti-Semitism and give a little charity.
So just like we curious about his hair, him not having a hairline, and it just keeps receding. We curious to know, would he say that same thing he's saying right now?
I'm looking at Stephen A. Stephen A. Man, we ain't gonna let it go, man. People been telling you let it go for the last 15 years. He will not let it go.
Well, he don't have the choice because his hair letting it go.
Letting it go for him.
No question.
How you doing, Regina? What's up?
What was happening is not something that anybody as a black person should be appreciative about. We had 6 students at that particular North Little Rock High School that was trying to desegregate the school.
No one should be okay with it.
Nobody should be okay with that.
Regardless of
We
race.
understand that.
Why is she over talking Stephen A.
Let me tell you
Smith?
something. I don't watch this. I used to watch the show like 6 years ago. This is long before she was. This is when it had Carrie Champion. And it had Carrie Champion on at that point. And Carrie Champion used to get into some little back and forth with Stephen A. as well. Funny enough, I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to stop.
Yeah, about to talk shit about the
We
black
get all
woman.
Molly, is her name Molly Quorum? How you say her name?
Whatever.
It's Molly, ain't it?
Molly the tranny. Molly the tranny.
Every time I watch one of these clips from this show, Molly is interrupting someone. I remember when Jay Williams was on there talking about the Kyrie situation, and she kept trying to correct what he was saying. He's telling, I know what I'm saying. Like, let me get through my point before you start interrupting me.
You know, I wish would come on there.
Who?
Corey Hogan. Shut the fuck up.
Nah, see, Corey. If Corey went on First Take, good Lord.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Nah, he would say something like, if you're going to keep on talking over me, I guess you could just talk for me then. He'll be slick with it, but yeah, it will get contested, definitely.
We also understand what we as black people.
Regina said, it makes you wonder if Stephen A., how deepest he had to take it to be the inconsistent mouthpiece he is. Shake my damn head. Stephen A. Smith is a company man. I used to be one of those people, and I was quick to call people a coon. I used to be. Now I try to say people just have different beliefs and what they believe is, right or wrong and stuff. Stephen A. is a company man. The man said this. Stephen A. Smith said a few years ago, he said, every morning I wake up and think of a way how I can make my boss more money and how I can get some of it.
Well, he's an immigrant, so he would say that.
And what he said was kind of, if you work in corporate America, I mean, that's kind of how you have to think.
That ain't how I think.
The way you get a promotion, the way you move forward and upward in your career is by making your boss look good, so that they will, and giving them all the credit, and then they'll give you a promotion. That's usually how it works in certain elements of corporate America. So he didn't say anything that most of America, at least, don't believe. It's just the fact that he said it so openly, like so happy, like he was happy. It was just crazy.
And as black folks, black men have to deal with. And by the way, to some degree, we still deal with a lot of things.
What up, Real Deal Financial?
And we all know it. Racism is alive and well. Bigotry and prejudice is alive and well. We get all of that. But you're going to bring up a photo of him when he was 14, 15 years old, 65 or 66 years ago. This is where cancer culture gets into the mix. And you're making an attempt to eradicate him, what he stands for.
Once again, if this were Jewish people and it was a 15,
he would not
16
find a way
year
to
old,
defend it. It would be done.
they would get his ass.
Now I will say this: he shouldn't have anything to say about this if it was had nothing to do with black people. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Who
well,
cares?
he really shouldn't have nothing to say because he's not Black American. His family didn't go through that.
But he's a black man though.
I don't. It don't matter if he's a
And
black
he's
man.
in
He's not a
America.
black man from America, so
He's
he
in
can't
America,
really
so
speak
he's-
on things that affected generational blacks that have been here.
Well, he
That's how
has
I
to deal
feel.
with the repercussions of it in the future now, don't
What
he?
is he dealing with? He only
He's
thing he's
perceived-
dealing with is waking up in the morning trying to figure out how to make his boss more money.
But he also lives in America. He has to
Trying
deal
to
with.
figure out how to make his boss more money.
He has to deal with the societal pressures of that.
What's his societal pressures that Stephen A. Smith goes
Well,
through?
hell, that's pressure from the black community. If you say anything that you would then, get chastised when he give his opinion on things. That
So now we
disagree with.
oppressing him.
I didn't
Black
say
people are
oppressed.
oppressing him.
I didn't say oppressed.
Okay, so what are we doing? We
I know
hold
you
him
put-
accountable to the things that he say because he's a person that has status.
Okay, I'm saying he has communal pressure on him from a community you say he's not from.
Damn right he's not from.
So he has to deal with that too, don't he?
Well, no, he can take his ass back to where he came from, so he don't have to deal with it.
Oh, now you sound like what's their name? The Proud Boys, now don't you?
If that's what if you want to label me a white nationalist,
I didn't say white nationalist. You a nationalist?
do what
ain't
you got to do to make
Are you
yourself
a
sleep better at
nationalist?
night.
Are you a nationalist? Are you a nationalist?
Can I stay on code? Can
No,
I
I'm
stay
asking you a
on
question.
code?
Why won't you answer the question? Are you a nationalist?
Are you an apologist for Stephen A.
Here we
Smith?
go. And now I'm apologizing.
You're an
to you.
apologist for Stephen A. Smith.
Okay. Travis is massive. Travis is a massive pusher. Travis not about that smoke. George.
All he has done. And by the way, I don't have a problem with the photo.
George, you been getting smoke blowed up your ass for the past 2 weeks at that fucking asylum you been at.
Can you please talk?
I don't have a problem. If he was 30, 35, 40 years old, that's different.
Right.
14, 15 years old. 14, 15 years old.
Right.
But we're going to lean on somebody when he was 14, born and raised in the South, and we're going to pick it up 66 years later to say, you know something?
Yeah.
You ain't hire a black coach. I think that's pretty low. I really, really do. I think that part is pretty low. If he were an adult, that would be different. But a 14, 15-year-old kid raised in the South who literally is just standing.
Huh?
Just like he thinks that's pretty low, I think his hairline is pretty high. It's
When they
pretty
go
damn
low,
high.
When they go low, we go high.
When they go low, his hairline goes high.
There looking, and we use that to bring up in the year 2022. Oh, this is where you were. You got to explain this. You ready to explain what you did when you were 14?
So Stephen A. Cowboys came to his defense.
When I was at 14 years old, I was not standing there in a line keeping people from entering a school. Was you doing it at 14?
I don't believe it was. I don't think it was.